Hi friends, Deborah here from the Prep Pursuit. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is actually a very special request from a friend of mine, Victoria. Hi Victoria, thank you for sending in your request. This video is for you, so I hope you enjoy it. Now today's lesson is going to be all about how to give constructive criticism. As we're going into the new year, I know we all have opinions about different things and we've got feedback about how people should maybe do things or suggestions on how things could be improved. So in the spirit of refining everything that we're doing and helping others, there's always a great time to give constructive criticism. Now notice what I said, constructive, which means that what you're sharing with someone is helpful and it's beneficial to them. It's feedback that they can take and incorporate to make something better and improve whatever it is that you are making some suggestions for. So it's not really complaining or pointing out mistakes or flaws, but giving some ideas about how something could get a little bit more polished and refined. And there's nothing wrong with a polished life, right? Now, before I start talking about our topic for today, I just want to define the difference between a woman and a lady. Every female is a woman, but not every woman is a lady. A lady is defined as a woman who is polite, refined, and well-spoken in all encounters. So ladies, this video will help you as you're giving constructive criticism to others to be supportive and kind in your spirit and delivery as you're helping someone to improve something that they're doing. So let's get to it. The first tip for giving constructive criticism is about your tone. So I know we always are talking to people and we're interacting with others, but how often are we truly paying attention to how we sound when we are speaking to someone? So it's your tone of voice, it's your inflection. If you can just take a deep breath before you are going to give someone some feedback, that can help you to just center yourself for a moment and make sure that you are calm and polite when you are giving back this feedback. Maybe it's something, a project you're working on with a classmate or a coworker, and you have some suggestions for some improvement, or if someone has maybe given a presentation and you've got a few pointers and tips on how they could do better the next go round, you definitely just want to make sure that your tone and your delivery style is soft and kind. That way someone will be more receptive to whatever you're saying and more eager to take that feedback and actually incorporate it in the future. The second tip for giving constructive criticism is to start with the positive. So let's use an example. Let's say you are in a class doing some group projects and you are assigned a group to give some feedback on their presentation. So let's say you start with the positive and you then follow up with a couple of different pointers that will help them to improve with some advice for next time. So let's say you've got a group that you are going to be critiquing on their presentation. You could give some feedback and it might sound a little bit like this. Your presentation was great. I loved the PowerPoint. The font was easy to read and the slides were beautifully put together. It was super organized, and sitting in the audience, I could definitely follow all of the content that you presented. However, your volume could be a little bit louder. It was hard for us to hear sitting far in the back, and I noticed that you looked down at your notes a lot. Maybe if you try to make eye contact with us in the audience, it would be a little bit more inviting for us to feel like we are actually having a conversation and we're in this presentation together, rather than you just reading off your notes to recite what you got written down. Now, in that example, it shows that you are going to start with something positive and then you're going to follow up with that criticism, and someone that is going to hear a compliment is listening. They're excited, they're eager, you're stroking their ego a little bit. So you are definitely helping to build them up before you give them that criticism, and it just helps them to be a little bit more open to receiving that feedback, and they're more likely to take it to heart and remember what you said. That way they can put that into practice going forward. Now, your last tip for giving someone constructive criticism is to make sure that if it's one person, you're able to pull them to the side, maybe have a private corner, or just make sure that no one else is around so that you don't put them on the spot and they don't feel like you're embarrassing them or you're making a huge ordeal of giving them this criticism. It's a conversation between you and that person. And if it's a group, like in the example I gave earlier, if you have a group that you're giving feedback to, maybe in class or at work, you can, definitely work with that group and speak to them when you have just an area of the room to yourselves, or maybe head out to the hallway. But you definitely don't want the group or the person that you're giving the feedback to be among a lot of other people, especially if you're maybe in a noisy environment, you have to speak a little bit louder so they can hear you. You don't want that person or the group to feel like they're being put on the spot. So you want them to be comfortable and at ease as you're giving them this constructive criticism that will ultimately help them to improve whatever project or work or task that you're giving them some feedback on. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I certainly love to share etiquette lessons, but I also talk about style and culture on this channel. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. I upload new videos all the time, and you'll never miss a video if you subscribe today. Now, thank you for joining me. I certainly appreciate you taking some time out of your schedule to spend a little bit of it with me. I enjoyed your time here, and I look forward to seeing you in another video to help you live a chic and polished life. See you next time. Bye.